Hey y'all. All right, we're gonna be doing a reading. What the hell happened? Oh, there they are. Okay, you guys, so we're gonna do a reading. Which deck do I want to? We're not even gonna be really using any tarot today, although this deck right here, this deck is the Psychic Tarot Oracle deck. So it's kind of like a tarot deck, except it doesn't have like the page, the knight, the king, and the queen. And then I think it goes up to like, I don't know. Okay, we're just gonna jump right in. So we're gonna grab a theme from the Sacred Destiny Oracle deck. So let's get a theme for this reading today. Trying to see if anything will come up. Oh, look, you guys, we got happiness with the dolphins and the ocean and the sun. I love dolphins. They're my favorite animal ever. Like, for real. Like, when I was younger, this room actually that I am in, this used to be my room when I was a teenager. And I had to move back in with my dad last year around, I think, like September, I think, maybe. I think it was around September or October that I moved back here, and I had not been in this room since, let's see, $14 years. The last time I was in this room was 14 years ago. So, but this room, like, I try to make it like the ocean theme and had like dolphins and stuff. And anyways, it's irrelevant. It just brought up that happy memory for me. See, happiness. Okay. Let me get a drink. I have to drink some body armor because I forgot my big old gallon of water at my mom's house. So this is what I'm stuck drinking tonight, so I can go get me some more water tomorrow. But okay, so we have the card happiness. So what does happiness mean to you? I genuinely think that happiness is a choice, right? I believe everything is a choice. You have the choice to truly, genuinely choose how you want to feel. Now, I can understand, like, people, you know, who are going through depression and anxiety, you know, and all these other, you know, mental illnesses and stuff. But from my own experience, everything is a choice. You know, from when I was from, like, I don't even know what age, but when I was really, really young, I was already clinically depressed. Like, I was going and seeing a therapist and stuff, and it was so weird because I like vaguely remember, but I remember, you know, like I remember going and seeing therapists and stuff, and so they diagnosed me with depression and all that. And as I grew older, that's what I labeled myself, was like, I'm depressed, you know, I'm miserable, like I'm never gonna be happy, like, you know, this is never gonna go away. And so I just suffered a lot until, honestly, what really started to help me get out of my depression was psychedelics, and specifically DMT. I had started doing it from like June to July. And then I ended up moving to Colorado, and I think Colorado played a huge part as well in me, like, looking at my depression from like a completely different point of view. And like, even when I lived in Colorado, I mean, I was depressed. Like, I was going to sleep by like 4 or 5. I wasn't eating. I was in my room. Like, I wasn't leaving my room. I wasn't talking to anybody. Like, I was just in my room. And then I started to really get into like the spiritual aspect of life, I guess you could say. I started off like learning the quantum physics and, you know, numerology and stuff like that. But spirituality like kind of came in, which I think that they all just go hand in hand. They're all connected. Spirituality came in, and I remember I had saw something about, you know, the dark night of the soul. And as I was reading about it, I was like, oh my goodness. I was like, this sounds like what I am going through right now, you know. And so I started looking at it as that. Instead of my depression, I started looking at it as I'm going through this experience. And like I said, a lot of people like to call it the dark night of the soul. I was like, this is exactly what I'm going through. And, you know, after years of work and stuff, like, I finally chose and decided to not label myself as depressed, because it just kept I just kept putting myself in the cycle over and over and over again. And so like now when I start to feel down and stuff, you know, I have techniques that'll help me get out of it, but I also honor it, you know. I don't try to fight it. I don't look at it with shame. I don't judge myself. And I think that's one thing that has really helped me, is just when I do start to feel like that, like, you know, I just let it be, you know. Sometimes I will try to, you know, do something to get me out of the funk, but a lot of the other times I just kind of was like, okay, you know what? This is telling me that I need to slow the fuck down. Like, you know, I need to slow down. I need to relax and just be with myself. So I have experience with all that, you know. I will never talk about something that I have never gone through, you know. So to me, yes, happiness is a choice. Everything is a choice. How you choose to feel is a choice. It just takes a lot of work to be able to see that, to be able to change your perspective, to be able to be open-minded. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get some cards, and we're gonna see what they tell us. Okay. All right. So you guys, look, we have the positive movement forward card. We're moving forward. And look, there's the sun again and the ocean twice. So this could be this energy of, you know what, we're moving towards a different direction. We're moving towards happiness, love, joy, peace, you know, relaxation. It's almost like we're just allowing things to just be, because I'm looking at this boat and I think it's more of like a sailboat, if I'm correct. And if I remember correctly, I think sailboats don't really like move as fast. I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, please. But it's almost like we're moving towards like a more slower lifestyle, like at a slower pace. And I genuinely think that's like the best thing to do, is to move a little slower. I think a lot of us tend to be in such a hurry, you know, and again, you know, we want that instant gratification. We want things to be like that. But then we miss the journey, you know, we miss the adventures that life has to offer us because we're always in a hurry to get somewhere else. And it's almost like, you know what, now I'm just going to enjoy where I'm at. Oh my God, like I want to cry. I don't like I'm going, you know, like we're going to just start enjoying where we're at instead of feeling like we always have to be somewhere. And this kind of reminds me of, I was talking to my dad the other day, and he had messaged me, and he was like, he said, I'm sorry if, if I make you sad. And he said, I'm just always in a hurry. I'm just always busy. But it made me think, like, so many people live like that, so many people are so focused on work or, whatever it is, getting the next thing, chasing after money and stuff. And it's like, why don't we spend time with the people that we really love, instead of always being in a hurry? Because we never know what can happen. We never know, right? Life is constantly changing. Life never stops. And I was thinking, like, what if something happened to me, or something happened, to my dad or something, and I regret not spending, that time with him. But life always seems to have a funny way of working out. So I feel like I'm talking a lot about my life right now, and I'm really sorry, y'all, but maybe somebody out there needs to hear it. Maybe somebody has gone through something similar, but I think it's just time for us to really slow down, take a step back, and, enjoy where we're at in this moment right here. We do have the mental conflict card. I love this card so much because if you guys can see over here, like where all this anguish is happening, it's almost like what we think about grows, right? What we're doing is we're planting this seed, and the more energy, the more we water this thought, the more it grows. And I don't know, a lot of people are always like, your thoughts don't create your reality. But I've experienced quite the opposite. Like any time that I start to think about something and there's like an emotion behind it, and the more I think about it, it actually does manifest into my reality, like my physical reality. Like eventually it does. Yes, it may take some time, but I notice that it always manifests into my reality. And so it's almost like, what are we going to start feeding? Are we going to keep feeding, these negative thoughts, or are we going to start putting our energy and our attention into something that's really going to benefit us? Because again, remember, we have the choice. We have the choice to keep engaging with these negative thoughts, or we have the choice to not engage with them and engage in something that is going to be healthy and beneficial for us. And like I said, I know it takes work, okay? It's not just gonna happen within a day, a week, a month, or even a year. It takes a lot of work to really get out of this energy. And even for me, like, I still struggle with negative thoughts, and there's times where I just keep feeding them and feeding them and feeding them. But we have to start becoming aware, we have to start making those necessary changes. This person too, it's almost like some of you guys may like disassociate a lot too, because that's just kind of like the feeling that I'm getting when I look at this man's face. It's like he's not there. Like, he's there physically, but he's not actually there. He's in his head. Like, this is where he's actually at. And I feel like that causes a lot of disassociation. I really do genuinely feel like our thoughts it can disconnect us from physical reality. But we have rejoice and celebration. Rejoice and celebration. Celebrate how far you've come on this journey, Remember, this journey, it's all about small steps, okay? It's all about taking those small steps. So let's say that you woke up today and you made your bed. Celebrate yourself for that, Yes, it's something small, and it may like seem dumb to other people, but to you, that's an accomplishment for you. So celebrate yourself, you know, be grateful, like just say thank you to yourself, because when we live in gratitude, I tend to find that it just makes you feel so much better. Like this morning I had to go to work and I was like, I have to get up and go to work. And then I laid there for a second and I was like, no. I was like, I get to go to work. Like, I get to go to work. You know, and that just sounds so much better, right? It sounds like you're grateful. But when you say I have to, it's like you're complaining about it. But when you say you get to, it's like, I get to do this. Like, it's just this exciting feeling. And I feel like it genuinely does change like the whole vibe. So celebrate where you're at, okay? Celebrate your small accomplishments because they all matter. They all matter. Because that celebration is genuinely going to take you further than complaining. And yes, you know, it's human nature to complain. But again, when we're able to switch up that mentality, man, our worlds start to shift. But like I say in every reading, it takes work, right? It takes dedication, it takes discipline, it takes that self-love. And like I said, sometimes, you know, things can change overnight. But I mean, in my experience, it's been something that I've had to work for, you know, because I mean, my trauma didn't just happen overnight. You know, I've been experiencing trauma since I was like, from like the age 4 up until, honestly, up until now still, you know, I've gone through certain experiences that have caused trauma, but I have started to look at that differently. I've started to look at it differently. And instead of like looking at it as trauma, I guess, I see it as lessons. I see it as an opportunity to be able to grow within myself. We have accelerated motion. I feel that whenever we do allow ourselves to tune into this energy, you know, this energy of happiness, of joy, of love, you know, I feel like things kind of tend to move a little faster. Because I do feel like when we're in this dense energy, you know, this negative thinking, I do feel like things tend to like just go slower, like it manifests a little slower in a sense. I don't know if that really makes sense. But yeah, I do feel like things kind of like, it's not fast, right? It's very, very, very slow. But I do feel like getting into this energy of gratitude, of just celebrating yourself, I really do feel like it's going to catapult you. And they're showing me like, I don't even know how to explain it. It's almost like, it kind of looks like diamonds, like just kind of falling down. Where isn't there like a planet that like rains diamonds? Y'all, I could be wrong, okay? Again, correct me if I'm wrong. But that's like what they're showing me. It's like this shower of diamonds, like, you know. But what I'm getting with that is like this, it's just this energy of abundance. It's like when we switch up our energy, things tend to come faster to us. Our abundance tends to come faster to us because we're already abundant at nature. But when we're in this dense energy, you know, it slows down a lot of our abundance because we're not ready to receive it, right? Some of us just are not ready to receive it, and you may think that you are, but what if somebody were to like, this is just an example, okay? But let's say that you're the kind of person that doesn't like to ask for help, you know, and stuff like that. And let's say that somebody decides to gift you a car. Are you going to be receptive to it, or are you going to be like, oh no, you know, I'm okay, it's okay? you're more than likely probably going to reject it because you're not comfortable with receiving things. You see what I mean? I feel like this reading is all over the place. So, y'all, if it is, I'm not sorry. But yeah, you know, it's just, I feel like once we're able to step into this energy of gratitude, I do feel like there's going to be a lot of movement forward. There's going to be like, it's almost like you guys are going to be experiencing like this different, sorry, a comment came through. But like I said, I just feel like we're going to be experiencing like just this different energy, like maybe an energy that you just haven't felt before, you know? And then look, we got Heart Guardian, love and let yourself be loved. Yes. Bring more love into your heart. Bring more gratitude into your heart. It's time to see your true potential. And I feel like you're the only one that's holding you back, okay? It's you. It's by what you allow in your life. It's what you allow to dictate. And then we have the Druid, which is hold space. So yeah, you know, right now, this is a time for you to hold space for yourself. Again, to celebrate yourself. To be in that energy of gratitude and that energy of abundance. We also have Direction Guardian, choose your path. You know, which path are you going to choose? Are we going to keep going down a similar path that we've always gone down, or are we going to choose something differently? The choice is yours, and it's always up to you. You are in control of you, okay? You're not in control of everything else going outside of you. You are only in control of yourself. How you react, your actions, your own behaviors, that is what you are in control of. But you can't control, you know, for somebody else to change. You can't control how another person responds to you. That's not your responsibility. That's theirs. But what is your responsibility is how you choose to react, okay? Is how you choose to behave. That's all you. And there's so much more, you guys, but, you know, we're not going to get into all that right now. But again, you have the choice. So again, are you going to make that choice of going down that same familiar, comfortable path? Or are you going to allow yourself to expand? We have heed your dreams. I think we got this card last time I used this deck. Some of you guys, like I said, you guys are going through this intense period of transformation, okay? Because I'm seeing how it goes, like in the trees, it goes to like fall, and then it goes to like winter, because it goes from orange to like a light blue color. So you guys are going through this huge transformation right now. But it makes a lot of sense, you know, like I said, I do feel like you guys are starting to choose, you know, to head towards happiness. And sometimes, you know, to have that happiness, sometimes we do have to let certain things go, you know, but allow for this transformation to happen. We have love without condition, and then look, a butterfly as well. So yeah, like, I mean, this is just huge transformation. And this is just telling me, you know, no matter what is going on around you or even within you, you know, always choose love, okay? Always choose love. And when you choose love, it doesn't mean that you disrespect yourself. Absolutely not. It means that you respect yourself enough to move away from things that no longer serve you. You know, maybe it's just placing boundaries. But we can always do that with love, right? We don't have to do it with anger. We don't have to do it with hate. We can always choose to respond with love. Maybe that just means blocking the person, you know, or whatever it is. Maybe it's just, you know, quitting your job. I'm not saying to do all that, you know. But sometimes, you know, we have to take the higher road. For example, like today, I do not get along with one of my brothers whatsoever. Never have. I mean, I don't know what the issue is, but he was talking about how he thinks it's dumb to, you know, have the cops called on you if you hit your child. I was like, well, it's abuse. You know, like hitting your child is abuse. And he was like, no, it's not, and blah, 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 and you just grew up around all these white people and who are shooting up schools, and I'm just like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Because a lot of the times, that is probably coming from a child that did get abused, from a child that didn't get their needs met, from a child that was completely ignored. And I'm not saying I know any of these people's life story, but from my own experience, like, the anger that I have within me because of what I experienced, I could go and do some fucking crazy ass shit if I really fucking wanted to. But at the end of the day, I'm thankful that I am aware enough to not go and hurt another person in that way, you know. And then he started talking about how, well, I have 2 college degrees and blah blah blah, and I was like, you know what, like I'm done. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and talk to you because you obviously don't have the capability to understand. So that's what it is like, you know, it's not engaging with things. It's not engaging with people or situations that you know aren't going to open their mind to a different kind of perspective. It's taking your energy back and, again, leaving the situation, leaving it alone, you know, no longer putting your energy into it. Let me just sit up because my back hurts. But we also have you were born to create. Exactly. You were born to create, okay? I feel like you guys, the people who watch this reading, give me a second. The people who watch this reading, you guys weren't meant to be followers. You guys were meant to be leaders. You guys were meant to pave your own path. But again, remember, that's up to you, right? You have to make the choice. You have to make the initiative. You can't wait for somebody else to do it. You have to do it because you're the leader of your life. You're not a follower. You are the leader of your own life, of your own destiny. We have flexibility. And, you know, be flexible with yourself. Don't be so hard on yourself. You know, allow yourself to experience different things. You know, maybe, let's say for instance, maybe you want to paint. Okay, you want to do some art, but you're not good at doing it. You're not good at doing art. But don't let that stop you from creating something. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be perfect. You do it the way that you want to do it. Who the hell, like, I don't care who you are. Nobody can tell you that you're doing something wrong or right, okay? And especially when it comes to art. You're creating something that means something for you, and it doesn't have to be perfect. As long as you love it, you know, just be flexible with yourself. Expand. You know what I mean? Don't hold yourself back because of fear. Yes, we have illumination. This is so beautiful. This part is so beautiful. Illumination. I'm going to read this one out of the book. Let's see. Okay. So, it says, the sacred landscape wants you to know the upward spiraling mist rising in the mountains suggests that those in the realm of spirit, your spirit protectors, ancestors, and guardians, are close at hand, assisting you on the upward journey of illumination. They are protecting you and supporting you. Your spiritual life is expanding by leaps and bounds. Even if you can't see what's ahead, Spirit is close at hand. If you draw this card, trust your heart and what you feel more than what you see and what you think, and you will be guided in a wondrous direction. Oh my goodness. And like, I feel like that's what my whole readings have been about lately, is to trust yourself, trust your own heart, right? This isn't a time for you to go and ask for advice or, get guidance from somebody else. This is a time for you to trust yourself. And that may be really hard for you. Maybe you aren't somebody who genuinely trusts yourself because, maybe you've just been, it's like when you do trust yourself, like for instance, let's say, let's say you just have like this deep feeling, about something, and you go and tell somebody about it, and they're like, oh no, you're crazy, or like, you don't know what you're talking about. And a lot of the times we tend to value the opinion of other people before ours. And this is telling you, no, this is a time for you to trust yourself, to trust what you feel, not what you see or not what you think, but what you feel. What do you feel? What is your heart telling you? What is this telling you? Not what this is telling you. What is this telling you? What direction is this trying to take you in? And I feel like once we start trusting that little niggle that we get, I just think that, I don't know, like I just feel so much joy right now. Like it's just gonna take you, like I said, in this direction that maybe you've never experienced before. And I know that the unknown can be so scary, but it's like, why wouldn't you want to feel something different rather than suffering, right? Rather than always being in this energy, this conflicting energy. Why wouldn't you want to feel something different? So many of us do want to feel something different, but we just don't put in the work, But this journey of healing requires a lot of self-love. And I think that a lot of us view self-love as selfishness, and it's not. It's the most selfless thing that you can do for yourself, but also for others. Because then you can come from a place of being genuine, right? From a place of unconditional love. And unconditional love doesn't mean that you put up with how other people treat you. But again, like I said, you start to have boundaries. You start to remove yourself from situations that don't serve you. Like, self-love is the most selfless thing that you can do for yourself and others. So start listening to your heart. What does your heart want? Let's get one more card, and then we'll end the reading off there. These readings have been longer, like they just been getting longer and longer and longer and longer. But that's okay. I honestly, I try to do, I try to read for as long as I can, especially, if the cards want to keep coming out. Like, it doesn't matter how long my readings are to me anymore. The only reason why I would try to keep them short is because, like, at first Instagram had like a 15-minute time span, and then it went up to 25 minutes. And so I try to, keep it down to 25 minutes, but it hasn't been happening lately. So I've just been posting more on my YouTube than on my Instagram. But, yeah, I'm just really grateful to be here and to be able to do these readings for you guys. And even if nobody watches them, I'm still disciplining myself. I'm still putting myself out there because I know that eventually it'll get me somewhere. But nonetheless, I really do enjoy doing readings for you guys because it really does bring a lot of joy to my heart. And I will not do readings if I am not in the space to do it, because to me, when I do this kind of work, when I do any kind of work, even with my Reiki and stuff, I have to be right here. I have to be in my heart center. I can't just do it to do it, you know, like that's not who I am. I have to be operating from right here. So I'm just so happy to be able to provide these with you guys. So our last two cards are very, very similar to one another. We have the Oracle, which is wait for important information. And then we have the Moon, which is take note of intuitive messages. So again, you know, listen to yourself, start listening to yourself, you know, start to heed the messages that are coming to you, because they're coming to you for a reason. Okay, as you're shifting, as you're transforming, as you're shedding your skin, you guys are going to get a lot of downloads, you're going to receive a lot of messages. So it's very, very important that we are listening to our intuition at this time. Okay, listen to yourself. Don't go and seek guidance from another person. Listen to yourself. Trust yourself. You owe it to yourself to trust yourself. Okay, so that's all I have for you guys. Thank you so much for letting me do these readings for you. And I know this reading was like just all over the place, but I haven't been home all day today either. But I just felt like I needed to come and just give you guys this message. I felt like I needed to share a little bit of my life story with you guys, you know, just so you guys can see that it is possible. It's possible to change. You just have to put in the work. You have to be dedicated. You have to have that self-love for yourself. And like I said, it's not going to develop overnight or even a week or even a month or even a year. It takes work. But don't let it discourage you, okay? You keep going, okay? Celebrate every little step that you make, even if that's just making your bed, even if that's just, you know, brushing your teeth or taking a shower or doing your hair, you know, maybe going on a walk or, you know, maybe talking to somebody, you know, just celebrate those little steps, because I promise you guys, like, the more you can get into that energy of gratitude, so much things start to shift for you. So again, thank you so much for being here, and I hope you guys have a beautiful and wonderful night.